Hello, we are discussing about GATE 1993 ECE paper, and this question is related to analog circuits. Negative feedback in amplifiers. A. Improves the signal to noise ratio at the input. B. Improves signal to noise ratio at the output. C. Doesn't affect the signal to noise ratio at the output. D. Reduces distortion. The right answer for this question is D. So we will see first effect of negative feedback. Effect of negative feedback on basic amplifier. Basic amplifier is nothing but the amplifier without feedback. Amplifier without feedback is going to be treated as basic amplifiers, which always have the disadvantages, and to get the ideal conditions, okay, to get the improvement in the basic amplifier, we use feedback. And that too, we will go for negative feedback in case of amplifiers, positive feedback in case of oscillators. Always oscillators uses positive feedback and amplifiers uses negative feedback. Now effects of negative feedback. First one is nothing but gain reduces but stability increases. But stability in gain is going to be increases. This is very important. Gain stability is going to be increases. Okay, so even though temperature fluctuations happening or power fluctuations are happening or aging is going to be taking place, at that time the gain is going to be more or less, it's going to be constant compared to basic amplifier. So stability is going to be increasing, but even though the gain magnitude is reduces, it's going to be more stable. Second one, bandwidth increases. Bandwidth with feedback is going to be increases. This bandwidth is going to be increases. Normally bandwidth with feedback is nothing but upper cutoff frequency minus lower cutoff frequency, both with respect to feedback. So bandwidth increases is nothing but upper cutoff frequency is going to be increases, and by lowering lower cutoff frequency, bandwidth of feedback amplifier increases by increasing upper cutoff frequency and decreasing lower cutoff frequency. Okay, and third one, distortion and noise. Distortion and noise is going to be reduces because gain is reducing, and the same amount, how much is going to be the gain, that will be given for whether the signal is going to be applied is input signal or noise signal or distortion. Because an amplifier, whenever you are going with, if you are designed an amplifier, at that time whatever the signal appears across this one, that will be multiplied by the A times, whether it may be actual input signal, that is desired signal, or it may be noise signal, or it may be distorted one. Okay, so the signal present at input terminals will be amplified by A times. It doesn't able to find whether it is input signal or noise signal. So since the gain is reducing, so the distortion as well as noise is also gets reduces. And fourth one, RIF, input impedance with feedback and output impedance with feedback are improved because in basic amplifier Ri and R0 are not up to expectations according to the amplifier what you are taking. For example, if you are going with voltage amplifier, input impedance has to be infinite, output impedance has to be 0 ideally, but you don't get this situation in case of basic amplifier. So we use feedback to improve input impedance, to reduce output impedance, so that we are going to meet the ideal characteristics. So they are improved according to if the voltage amplifier is voltage amplifier or current amplifier or transconductance, transresistance. These are the four basic amplifiers. Okay, these are all considered as effect of negative feedback and basic amplifier. So out of this one, what you are getting is D, reduces distortion. Then why can't be the other options? Okay, now we'll think about this SNR. SNR is nothing but signal to noise ratio, which we will study more at communications, more in communications, and that too at the channel level. Okay, if you are transmitting a signal through a channel, at that time what is the input for that channel and what is the output at channel, Okay, how much is going to be SNR at the input side, how much is going to be SNR at the output side, how much of the signal is going to be deteriorated, that is reduces or minimized in the channel. Okay, to specify that one, SNR is going to be used. SNR is a measure that is used to compare the level of desired signal to the level of background noise, that is SNR, signal to noise ratio. It is defined as the ratio of signal power to noise power, and it is generally expressed in decibels. SNR is nothing but signal power divided by noise power, signal power divided by noise power, and the units are going to be always expressed in dBs, that is decibels. And this SNR we will always study with respect to communications and microwaves. Okay, so SNR, channel bandwidth, channel capacity of a communication channel, are connected by a Shannon-Hartley theorem. And negative feedback, whenever we are going to study about the amplifiers, we never come across this signal to noise ratio. We can say that one negative feedback doesn't have direct effect on SNR, that is we cannot say directly whether it is improving or decreasing. Okay, and even we cannot say it is not affecting the SNR, so that A, B, C are not going to be the answers. Okay, even though negative feedback is going to be affecting, it is not having any direct effect. Okay, so the right answer for this question is D. Negative feedback in amplifiers reduces distortion. Thank you.